Hey y'all, welcome to another Plan With Me. This week we are doing a Plan With Me for the week of June 12th through the 18th. And I did not use a kit at all. I didn't actually use any Etsy stickers. All of the stickers for this Plan With Me are from Michaels or the Mambi sticker books. And then the washi is all from Michaels or Hobby Lobby. So I am starting out just by whiting out the pattern at the bottom like I do every week. And then I'm taking this washi, I think that one's from a tube, a Recollections tube that I got from Michaels. And it's a little bit too wide, so it hangs off the page. So I just take the page out, trim that, the part that hangs over, off of the bottom. And then I stick the pages back in. And I do the same thing on the other side. A lot of people will plan with their happy planners and just take the pages out while they're planning. But since I plan as I go, I don't really do that. And also my planner is really full, so sometimes the little tabs get messed up if I'm taking them in and out a lot. So I just leave them in for the most part. Then I move to the top of the sidebar, and since the June banner up at the top doesn't match the colors that I was going for the week, I go ahead and white it out because the washi that I'm using doesn't have that backing. I normally will use washi that has backing to it and just leave the backing on, and then I dot roller that so I don't have to white out the banner. But I had to white it out this time, and as you can see, I'm not very good at doing that. So I just cut the washi into a little flag and place it over the where that little June banner was, or header. What do you call those? I guess it's a header. So I just line that up, and then I move on to the rest of my sidebar. So if you get a little, irked by mixing metals, just a heads up, I mix my rose gold and my gold. I did not originally set out to do this, but because I wasn't using a kit, I had a limited amount of rose gold stickers. Most of my stuff is gold. Sorry, my iPhone went off for work because I actually didn't go into work today. My son decided to sleep forever this morning, and I just don't have the heart to wake him up. And so I let him sleep, and by the time he woke up, it was 11. So I just took him to daycare really late and decided that I'd stay home and work from home. And it's a little after 4 now, so I'm just waiting to go pick him up, and thought I'd do my voiceover while I was waiting for that. So I'm just making a little menu, of things that I was going to make for dinner this week. The What's for Dinner is from the Mambi Happy Planner books, and I just cut it down because normally there's a box underneath, but I just cut the little header part off and used that. Then I took a Let's Do This header for the top of Monday and used a little heart because it was my son's first day of daycare. We finally settled on a daycare, and I really, really love the place that he's at. It's a lady's house, and she's just on the street behind us, so it's very, very close, and she's so, so sweet, and he seems to really like it there, so I'm pretty happy. If I have to leave him with somebody, I guess I'll leave him with her, so it's worked out pretty well. Then I'm just making a to-do list for work, and I didn't need all of the little dots on the to-do list, so I just cut it down to 3 and put it back on there, and then I'll cut that full box down since I didn't need the whole box. So this spread was a little, it was a little pieced together just because, again, I'm not using a kit, so I just had to use what I had and make things work. So hopefully it looks okay. I think it looks pretty cute at the end. It just took a little bit for it to kind of come together, I guess. So I'm just making a list of meetings that I had. I have taken on some new responsibilities at work. So I used to actually have a lot of free time at work. Now I am drowning in things to do. So my to-do list is never done. I always have things that roll over into the next day, which is not something I'm used to. But it's good. It makes the day go by faster. So at the end of Monday, I'm making a to-do list for things that I needed to do at home. Because I do plan, for the most part, I plan chronologically. So the things up at the top are things that I would be doing in the morning or throughout my day. And then at the bottom is things that I'm doing once I get home. So I try to plan chronologically. You'll also notice that I jump around a lot. That's because I go through and on either Sunday evening or Monday, I will go through and plan everything that I know is happening. And then I will go back and plan each day. So I kind of, and I will also memory plan a little bit if something comes up and I just want to note it. I'll memory plan some as well. Like, I think that time to relax, I actually went back and put that in just because there was blank space and I wanted to just mark that I actually got some time to myself because it doesn't really happen all that often. So I am just writing Netflix and chill because I've been trying to catch up on the Vampire Diaries. I read the books in, I think middle school, and I was talking about this on my last Plan With Me. And I watched the show when it first came out, but then I got bored with it and stopped. So now I'm just trying to see how they end it, because I'm curious and I just want to see did they kill everybody off, or how'd they end the show? So it'll be interesting to see. So I use a coffee cup from the Mambi sticker books to mark a meeting that I had in the morning. We actually have that meeting every morning, and I almost never go to it because it doesn't have anything to do with me. Occasionally it will, but not very often. So I needed to schedule some conference calls, which actually ended up getting canceled because our update did not go well. So I'm sorry that I'm doing this out of frame. I'm just cutting that box down because I didn't need the whole thing. So I put in here that I needed to do conference calls, but they get canceled. And I don't have any canceled stickers in any of my Mambi books, so I just kind of left it. So I was trying to... Sorry, let me mute my phone. I'm trying to make a list of those conference calls, but I didn't like the way that I wrote remediation. So I whited it out and put a piece of washi kind of as a header, and then I will list the times that the calls were going to be, and I'll write conference calls on that header with a Sharpie pen, because regular pens don't work on the washi. So these conference calls, I hate them because you'll have a ton of our stores that call in to update their iPad, the app on their iPad, and it can get quite chaotic when you have 40 people all trying to ask questions and oh, but it didn't work for me, or what do I do next? I'm sorry, I missed that step, and it's very time consuming, and it can be overwhelming if you don't take control of the call, I guess. So it's easy for things to get out of hand quickly. But anywho, so I had to go to PetSmart after work to get some kitten food and carnivore care. I didn't have room to write carnivore care, so I just put carnivore. One of my hedgehogs, Prim, she is old. She's 5 years old, which is old for a hedgehog. So she's kind of losing weight, and I needed to get some kitten food that is higher in fat. So that's what I was trying to do for that. And then I needed to remember to give my son a bath and do something else. I don't have my planner in front of me again. I needed to clean the kitchen because our kitchen was gross. Ever since I went back to work, my chores have kind of fallen by the wayside. Really, a lot of things have. I've had to prioritize my life a little bit differently since going back to work. And my son will always be my number one priority, of course. So that means that cleaning and working out and cooking and all of those things are are distant seconds. So if it gets in the way of me spending time with him in the very limited amount of time that I do have with him, it doesn't always get done. So yeah, that's why my house looks the way that it does. We do our best, but I want to absorb as much time as I can with my boy, because it feels like when he's at home, he's asleep. So I usually only get about 3 hours with him being awake, except for the weekends, of course. Then I have him all the time. But it's it's different. It's a very different season in my life, which takes some adjusting, I guess, or takes some getting used to. So yeah, I'm used to being able to clean and cook and work and do all those things and get it all done and still have time to work out and watch TV and binge watch YouTube, and now I don't have time to do all those things because I'd rather be spending time with my son. So anywho, I'm just making a to-do list for work, and I didn't have a ton of things to put because the couple of things I had to get done were time consuming, so I just put a full box with try to be nice on there because I had a late night and I was running on fumes, so I was just trying not to kill people at that point. So I needed to clean my bedroom and do my laundry because I was running out of clean clothes. So it was one of those do laundry or go naked kind of situations. So this little sticky note is what that is. I showed you where I was pulling that off of. It's just a sheet of different gold foiled sticky notes that I think I got from Hobby Lobby, maybe. But I just cut the sides down so that it would fit in the box, and then I put the little dot rollers on there so that I can make a to-do list, and that's pretty much all I did for that. And I use another one. I think I just used one other one from that little sticky note sheet. So I just made a little list of things that I needed to get done, and then put a little try harder sticker on Thursday just because I was chugging along, but it was a rough week. It was very, very busy, and I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. So making yet another to-do list because I love to-do lists. So just making another one for work. But yeah, that's pretty much how all of my daytime plans go. It's just to-do lists for work. So I do usually take my planner to work with me. Sometimes I forget it, but I try to take it with me so that I can make sure that I'm getting everything done. I do have separate to-do lists for work that are a little bit more detailed, but this gives me a broad idea of what I need to get done. So I'm trying to put it's like a little, I don't know what you call it. It's not a box, but anywho, a little sticker on Thursday. But since it doesn't go all the way to the sides, I'm trying to use the washi to fill in that white space that would be on the sides of the box. And I was having a hard time making that work. So yeah, I just use the washi to outline the box so there's no white peeking through on the sides. And it looks a little bit ghetto on camera, but it looked better in person, I promise. But I liked it. I had some things that I really needed to finish up because if I get everything or a reasonable amount of things done throughout the week, I can leave early on Friday, which is always really exciting. And I've made myself, if I get to leave work early, I don't go pick up my son immediately. I actually come home and do super exciting things like clean and do a voiceover and stuff like that. Well, the voiceover is actually exciting because that's what I like to do. But cleaning, I actually come home and look forward to cleaning without having to be responsible for a human life. Because he's really easy baby, but you have to make sure that he's not spitting up all over everything, which he pretty much always is, or if he gets fussy, then you have to go feed him or whatever the case may be. So it's nice to be able to just get things done and then go pick him up. So I'm making another to-do list. Surprise, surprise. And then I will pick that. Oh, do I actually have? Yeah, I picked that to-do list up and cut off the top square because I didn't need all the little squares. And then I just place it back down, and I put this little quote box down. Today is my day. I thought it was cute. So I go ahead and use the washi as another header. That's pretty much what I use that skinny washi for, almost exclusively as headers. And then I just needed to meal plan for the next week. I like to sit down with my husband and say, okay, what do you want to eat for the next week? That way he gets, if he has anything that he's got a hankering for or whatever, I can try to add that into our meal plan. Then I just wanted to clean up because we were going to have friends over for game night and my house was a disaster. So I'm just using another one of those little sticky notes and I'm going to cut it down. Those scissors that I'm using, because I use them to cut washi and sticky things, everything sticks to them, including dog hair. I picked them up yesterday, I think, and I was going to use them, and they had dog hair all stuck to them. I really need to take an alcohol wipe or something. What do you use to get those unsticky? I guess an alcohol wipe would work, right? So how do you guys clean the sticky off of your scissors? Let me know in the comments below. So I just used a game night sticker on the bottom of Friday. That's from the Mambi Happy Planner books. I don't remember which book it's from, but it is from one of those actual sticker books. It's not like a sheet by itself. It's in one of those little books that they do. So this is a leftover box that I had cut down at the beginning of the week, and I'm just putting it long ways. I can't think of the word for that. And I layered a header over it to mark that my boy is 7 months old, which is so crazy. I feel like he was just born, but I also feel like he's been here for forever. I don't remember my life before him. I vaguely remember that I slept more, but that's about it. I slept more and I didn't drink as much coffee. And is that a mom thing? When you become a mom, you suddenly are addicted to coffee? Because I didn't like coffee. And then I had a baby. And now coffee is the only thing that gets me through the day. And I'm not joking at all. I now get extra shots of espresso from Starbucks instead of extra pumps of syrup, because syrup does not give me energy. Espresso does. And that is just since becoming a mom. So is that a mom thing? I don't know. So reminder for going to run errands on Saturday. I have not mowed the yard. My yard looks like a jungle because it's I think it was 90 something degrees before noon today. And that's the actual temperature. The feels like temperature is in the hundreds. And it's not even July yet. So I really want to get a lawn service. At least for the really hot months. Because I like to do the yard. But not when it's blazing hot outside. I don't want to die of a heat stroke. So whiting out this header. I don't remember why. But I'm sure I put something over it. Yep, I put over a box, and the box is kind of thin, so I wanted to white out that header so it wouldn't show through. Then I'm just putting a today header over that box because my in-laws came over to bring me my mother-in-law's mother's sewing machine. Does that make sense? So my husband's grandmother. It was her sewing machine, and my mother-in-law wanted us to store it because they're moving. So they brought lunch, and we hung out for a little while. And then I went clothes shopping with my mom because my son just had a growth spurt. And it's funny because now he's having another growth spurt. So I'm pretty sure he's about to outgrow all of the clothes that I just bought him. And for somehow, and I'm not really sure how this happened, my son has like all dinosaur clothes. I'm not exaggerating. I think he has like 3 shirts that are not dinosaur and everything else is dinosaur. The daycare lady actually commented about how everything he owns is dinosaur. He has a dinosaur blanket. He has dinosaur clothes. It's kind of obsessive. But that's okay. But his room is not dinosaur themed. His room is actually fishing themed. So I don't really know how that happened, but that's okay. So I am just at the end of the day, I put a don't forget because Planning with Miss Daisy's shop opened. So she opened her shop on Saturday and she had a pineapple kit that I really, really wanted because as I said in my haul that I just posted a couple of days ago, I want a pineapple kit for the week of my grandmother's birthday because she really, really she passed away last year. She loved pineapples, so I want some pineapple kits to remember her by. So this is my completed spread. Not much on Sunday, but I really love how it turned out. I hope y'all liked it. Give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching.